Welcome to the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's at his ideal weight if he were 10 feet tall, beef loaf. Never holding but always partaking, not hungry but will eat, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's aged and smells like a sharp cheddar, Terezi E.
Thank you, Cornsey. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he wrote a blog about that, you drink.
I haven't written shit lately.
Player mentions his time on the West Coast, you drink. And if I swear or say, here's the thing, you drink. Beef Loaf, how you doing tonight?
I'm terrific, boys. I'm drinking a little bit here. I was in the tub a little bit. For my banter tonight, I want to catch up on current events, and I want to throw a little something by you that's happening or has been happening. It's going to continue to be happening. I want to get your thoughts on it. I saw a tweet the other day that our fearless leader of the city of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, is proposing putting in the 10 p.m. packaged liquor sale curfew permanently, meaning no places, I'm thinking other than like sort of live venues, bars, restaurants, concert venues and shit, can sell packaged liquor between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. in the morning. Two things, guys. What say you about this particular law that was in place during COVID, and they kind of want to make current a permanent one? And what do you think pops up in and around this if it does go permanent?
Yeah, I generally think it's dumb, right? Because it's just like, I don't know what to... like to what end you're doing this, right? Are you trying to get like more people to go to bars and drink there instead? Like I don't get why this is helpful to anyone. It's certainly not helpful to the stores. And
right.
And hey, if you work third shift and you want to drink, man, fuck you, I guess. I should say second shift. That's probably second. Third shift, you would be drinking on the job, but nevertheless, second shift crew, they're saying fuck you. You don't get to drink anymore, or at least not at home. I don't know. I don't get any of these rules. Like whenever they make a law where it's like, here's the times that you can do something with alcohol, it just makes people do more during those times, right? Like
right.
all this shit would change for me is like, I'd be like, oh man, better get to the store before 10 because I'm going to drink a lot tomorrow. And I don't want to have to go get it at 7 a.m. when it opens up. It does nothing.
100% horse shit. 100% horse shit. I mean, in Sterling, they used to do this. You couldn't get packaged liquor until after like 12 o'clock on Sundays or something.
I remember that. That used to be a rule here in Chicago too, many, many years ago.
Why? You know what I mean? Like, why? Oh, so I can't get drunk at 8 a.m.? What if I got to go to a tailgate? What if I'm driving to the tailgate and I can't pick up beer before I get to the tailgate? It's just like, it's just so fucking stupid. And then, I don't know, like, because I know they do this in Sterling, which is the only place I've ever seen people do this. They do package delivery, do package out the door at last call. So you could buy, like, a 12-pack at the bar and then take it home with you. But it was like $35 for a 12-pack, and like, so, but like when people would get all fucked up, they'd just be like, you know what, fuck it. You know what? It is worth $35 for a 12-pack of Busch Light because we got to get a little crazy tonight. So yeah, I think it's dumb. I understand why they.
That's why no one drinks in Texas because there's no liquor on Sunday. Really,
right,
totally dry on Sunday. No one ever had a drink that day.
I'm sure Stone Cold Steve Austin got his Coors Light way before Sunday, so he could make sure he was drinking and driving in that truck. No
Saturday night at 8:30. That's when he got it all. He could drink on Sunday. Beautiful.
Yep.
I agree with you, Brian. What is this Footloose? I don't understand it. I don't know if there's going to be some side markets that pop up. Someone creative is going to figure out a way to like circumvent this law and figure out a way to sell booze outside of it. And they're going to make a bunch of money in a little bit of time and get in a fuck ton of trouble is my imagination.
Or what time can dispensaries stay open till? Like, can they stay open later?
Maybe that's what they're opening the door for. Like,
What time?
I don't get drunk.
What time can I buy spray paint so I can huff
it? Whippets, they'll sell you all night. I know that's one of your favorites. I know you love Whippets. We'll sell them all night for you, baby. No,
you won't let me buy beer. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the dairy section and just suck nitrous out of all the all the whipped cream.
I love it.
It's worth it. It's fun.
My Sock Summer, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and I was blessed with putting together the agenda tonight. My second time, so I'm not a virgin anymore. So if it sucks, you guys can come right at me. But I've been seeing a lot of people, and I know this didn't happen last year because we were in a pandemic, but they had COVID. They're having prom now because of everything's okay, right? Like we'll talk more about the mask shit at the ballpark later, but I was at the gym, didn't have to wear my mask at the gym, double checked it, but I felt like a total fucking asshole the entire time there, like one of the only people not wearing a mask. And I'm like, listen, if they got a fucking sign up that says I don't got to wear a mask anymore, like I don't know if I need to do this, Right. So I'm like, I'll be the guy that goes out and tries it. But anyway, I've seen all these people going to prom. So I asked you guys when I was writing the agenda, I was like, you got any good like prom stories? Because I got a good prom story. And you guys are like, nah, not really, And I was like, that's cool. I do. So I'm going to tell it. And I'll tell it during my banter. So senior year, go to prom. It's the girl I was supposed to go with for some reason felt the need that she didn't want to go with me anymore, and she took somebody else, which was fine. It didn't bother me. I ended up taking a friend of mine. She wasn't going to go anyway. So that was cool. That worked out really good.
Didn't bother him 25 years later to still talking about it.
No. Right there. I have a similar story, my Sox. I'm not going to bring it out right now, but I had to change prom dates late in the stream.
I've seen some shit about this girl's life on the Facebook, and trust me, she's paid dearly for it. So like, I'm not too worried about it. All right. She also probably looks at my Facebook and is like, sweet Jesus, I'm glad I'm not with that fat fuck. So I understand. Like, I mean, it's probably very mutual. Like both of us are very mutual. So anyway, so they're like, this all goes down. So we're gonna go to prom, and my family owns a greenhouse, and like everyone goes out to the community college for prom premiere, which is like only about 15 minutes from where my house is. And I go to the greenhouse with the people I'm with. We're all dressed in our very nice tuxedos and stuff. And I have this big fat joint that I rolled for 4 people. And we're like in the back, and we're just like totally toking this joint. And my friend, best man at my wedding, he's getting high. And the girls like take like two puffs. And they're like, yeah, we're done. And we're like, what do you mean you're fucking done? This is a big joint. Like, we got to smoke this fucking joint. So we just keep smoking. I remember kind of leaving the back the annex area there in the greenhouse, but I don't remember exactly. And we got into the car and we start driving out to the thing. I'm driving, and like halfway there, I'm like, I'm totally fucking high right now. I'm so fucking high. And we're going in, and there's like parents there that like kind of wave the cars in where everything's supposed to go. And our old high school principal, our old junior high principal's there, who's a friend of mine's dad. And like, he's like going like this. And I was like, oh, okay, slow down. So I slow down, and I just go right by him, and he starts running after me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, he's going to know we're high. Fuck, we're high. He's going to tell everybody we're high. He comes up to the car. He goes, oh, hey, I was just going to tell you, you got to pull in up there. Don't worry about it. All right. Have a good night. And I was like, yes. All right. So we got through one. And then we get into the post prom, or into the prom premiere area, and there's fucking food everywhere. And of course, what's the first thing my buddy does? Like, goes over, starts getting like chocolate covered strawberries, and coming over here like, dude, these are fucking delicious. I'm like, dude, we have to go on stage with our dates and get announced in front of all these fucking people. And he's like, it's no big deal. I'm like, no, it's a big deal. Like, we have to do this. So we go up there, and I know that they introduced us. I don't remember one fucking iota of ever going up on stage with this girl or coming off the stage with the girl, because I am baked out of my mind. And then when I got off stage, that's when I started hitting the chocolate covered strawberries. Like, and it's like eating food. I don't remember. There was no formal dancing.
Started that day.
No formal dancing done that night, I don't think. I don't think we did anything at prom premiere other than crush food and try not to be so fucking high. because we were just ridiculously high. So I just want to throw that out there for all those kids that are maybe going to prom that are listening to us. Get high. It's a fun time.
That's Beef. I agree. That story is not about My Sock Summer's drug use. It's about his addiction to chocolate-covered strawberries and where it started.
It ripped open the door on his addiction to candy. Like he couldn't stop talking about candy the other night at the game. I don't want to bring up in the ballpark yet, but Nick Clark was there and he had sent over some chocolate and some. We talked candy for 2 innings. I kid you not. Before Nick Clark's nap.
I'm just saying, and this is I had to get your we'll talk more about this too. The beer consumption has gone way up. But I was feeling it and I was like, listen, as a guy that is a big Cadbury Cream Egg fan, like yourself, having one from the motherland was this is amazing. This is fun. This is the first one, and now you're tasting it. This is what it was originally supposed to be. And it's not that much different, but it's still that'd be like smoking weed from Jamaica. The first guy to smoke weed from Jamaica. He's this is Jamaican red hair. And you're from Jamaica. Not this shit that Larry grew in his goddamn garage, hydroponic system. This is from, a guy with dreadlocks. Christ, this is awesome, man. It's just, I just was very excited about it.
This is awesome, man. The My Sock Summer story.
How you doing, Cherezy?
I'm doing good, and in fact, I'm going to stay on topic right now because
you.
No, with your topic. The drug topic here. The drug topic. So I went to so today. I took today off, not to take notes. I didn't, I have a few notes for the podcast, but I definitely didn't do that today. But we did before we went to the Sox game. We went up north to there's a Van Gogh exhibit. It's this Van Gogh immersive exhibit. So basically what it is it's you go into this huge room and there's these it's set to music and it's visuals of Van Gogh paintings, but they're moving. There's motion to it. And his paintings have motion to it already, right? So it's just up on, and it's everywhere. It's on the floor and all this shit. And I'm we walk in and I'm just thinking man, this would be a great place if you wanted to take some edibles and go just sit and watch this. And so the whole thing's 45 minutes, but we got in the middle, right? And so it's all nice and the songs are beautiful, the songs that are very calming. And then it ends, and then we're sitting there. We'll watch the beginning now because we didn't see the beginning, and the beginning starts out and it's all these flies that Van Gogh had painted, and they're just start popping up all over the walls, and there's this grating industrial music playing, and then they just all start flying around, and I'm no, if you're gonna go to this, do not do edibles. You will lose your shit at this point. So this is just a PSA to all of you who might be going to this exhibit. It seems edible friendly when you read about it. Don't do it.
The Chris, damn it.
You're gonna see my name.
No, the Chris Farley gif, where he's looking and then he's happy, and then he's oh, that's the face that I can envision. You starting it up, you're yeah, fuck Van Gogh, fuck yeah, let's try. Oh, yeah,
absolutely,
good shit.
But now that we talked about what are we eating and smoking, fellas, I got a question for you.
Whoa,
what are you drinking? My Sock Summer. It looks like you're pounding whatever you're drinking.
Well, I don't want to say what's in that, but because it's not very fun.
Was that Metamucil?
I'm gonna see.
Got a nice
tonight.
He's got a nice healthy one brewing for us.
Good luck with your first crap.
Tonight, I am going to see if I can go through an entire podcast and only drink truly lemonade seltzers.
Oh, no.
Let's see if I can do it. I don't know. It seems like a lot of carbonation and a lot of sugar. So let's see what happens. I was actually just polishing off a Coke Classic because I was I need a little bit of fucking extra pep right now to probably get through this show because I'm fucking tired. So it's as we'll get to later, the consumption has gone up at the ballpark. So the sleepless night has been it's also gone up. So yeah. What about you, loafer?
Beef, what are you drinking, man?
Well, I'm back on the wine kick, but this time I'm drinking a little Post and Beam. You can see that right there, 2018 cab.
When you started,
Yeah, nice and close, right?
when you started,
Literally.
like when you picked it up and you started, I was like, he's got a bottle of rum. Man, this is gonna be a fun night.
No Wednesday night rum. No fucking way. No, it's the delicious cab. I had it was actually a gift from somebody, so I'm finishing off one of the last few bottles that I've got left. Lately, I've been feeling really good doing this podcast on wine, so I think I'm going to stick with it for a while, intermittently mixing in Goose Island beer when I can. So,
well, you look incredible doing it.
Thank you, baby.
Incredible doing it.
How about you, Cherezy? What you drinking, baby?
So I got the Sox Golden Ales. I've been drinking these quite a bit. I'm going the wrong way here. And then I've got a few revs backing it up. So I got a few I think Zenith Heroes backing up the Sox Ale. I'm just clearing out my fridge right now. That's basically what it is. Because we've been going to the game, so I haven't been drinking at home. And I'm just like, I got to clear this out before I bring the next infusion into the fridge.
Oh, there's no question. No question.
All right. My Sox summer, you know what I need you to do right now? Need you to pay some bills, man.
Yo, when we get advertisers for the show, it's important for us to make sure they are giving something to our fans, for us giving that for them, or for us forgetting them to give. Oh man, this is not good. Anyway, the whole point is when we get an advertiser, we want them to give something to our fans, like back, as they're giving something good. All right, I don't know. I wrote this down. It doesn't work very well. I apologize. Mazda of Orland Park already offers $500 for Sox fans, and that's pretty fucking dope. Speaking of dope, but they're taking it a step further. This Friday night, Sox versus Orioles. We have 4 tickets for that game for free. So you might be asking, how do I get these free tickets, MSS? Well, you know what you got to do? You got to look on our Twitter tomorrow, because we will put a tweet out there and tell you all about the fun ways that you can be able to earn these fucking tickets. There are 4 tickets. I think there might be a parking pass too, but I'm not sure. So just go follow us. Obviously, you follow us at FromThe108.com and look for a tweet tomorrow. And we will definitely retweet it from our accounts and make all our lackeys do it too. Also, while you're out there, check out their worldwide webpage at mazdaoforlandpark.com, and they are a Carfax top-rated dealer and offer the best deals to Sox fans. Fuck Cup fans. Mazda of Orland Park, home of Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park, 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom, and they are not jagoffs.
That was third ad read quality right there. That was old school when we do 3 hours and you get that third ad read in there. That was third ad read quality.
We've had a long day.
I wrote this bullshit out, and I was like, I'm reading it, and I'm like, this doesn't even make sense, because I was doing the goddamn notes, trying to make the thing and do the notes at the same time. Not a good idea. Fucking horrible idea. I apologize. Whatever. Let's move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for some baseball talk.
Ooh.
Getting right into the baseball talk today within the first 20 minutes. Can you believe it?
Oh, that's quick for
But
us.
Unfortunately, the one thing we have to talk about here, one of the first things we have to talk about here, is that the White Sox got swept by the New York Yankees. Yes. They scored a total of 5 runs on 16 hits in the entire 3-game series. Yeah. And the use of Evan Marshall in the first game was perplexing, to say the least. It led me to ask Josh Nelson on our Saturday pregame with Sox Machine, does Tony La Russa know the 3-batter rule? That almost broke Josh. Beef, I did like that you told me. I'm sure he has had someone who only pitched to 1 batter to end an inning, but I'm not going to look it up because I just want to believe it.
I'm going to refuse to confirm that, because I'd like to believe that it's possible he doesn't have an idea how that actually works, and so he's just flying by the seat of his pants, never looking it up to figure it out. So,
fellas, I wanted to kick it to you guys and ask you, this is a tough series to go in and just get swept. The Sox did not look good. Are you worried about things? Are there things that you saw during that series that you're excited about, that even though they lost, you saw some good things? Just lay it on me. Let me know what you guys are thinking.
Dude, well, let me tell you this. I'll go first. The Yankees are a good team. All right, there's absolutely no doubt about it. And even though they kind of started the season, terribly, they had a bunch of injuries. They started off like shit. Everything was going wrong for them. at PointsBet before the year, they were projected 95.5 wins because I remember I bet the under. And I still think I'm okay. Got a shot at cashing this under. But as of today, the Yankees are 28-20. They're one game out of first place in the AL East. And they're basically on track for 95 wins again. So I don't think there's any shame in the White Sox game getting swept in a situation like that. And I don't think that there's a larger point to be made about them getting swept, right? The vagaries of 162 games, you're going to run into spots where you play like shit, everything kind of goes wrong for you. You run into Garrett Cole, and, bada boom, bada bing, 0-3 in Nueva York, okay? That shit is just going to happen to you. I think I read a Joe Sheehan column not that long ago that said even the best teams, even teams that win 100 games, have stretches during the season where they go 5-10, meaning they win 5 out of 15 games. So when you're micromanaging absolutely every game and like really living and dying with each of them, that stretch will feel like shit. But when you peer back and look at everything, you're like, oh, this is still a very good team. So that's kind of the way I see the White Sox. There are some warts on this team. My Sox Summer, what do you think?
Oh, well, thanks for asking. I don't think that this shows anything, to be quite honest. I thought they had 2 winnable games out of 3. Ball didn't go the way that they're supposed to. A fucking goddamn triple play, for Christ's sake. Put this in the spaces. It's like it's just the way it all went down. And Jim Margulis knows baseball, and he said you have to hit it somewhere to make that happen almost perfectly. You have to hit it perfectly to make that happen. Yep. And fucking Andrew Vaughn did it. So that's almost a win. We should have got a win for that, but we didn't. Instead, we got an L. Yes. But Josh Nelson said it, and I think he said it best when it was up there, that this shows that there is a hole, and you need a bat, probably need a big bat to come in and like maybe propel them to the next level, because he made the comment that this team was good to beat, built to beat the AL Central, but I don't think that's true. I think he is underselling the whole team, because with Eloy and Robert, this team is built to beat anybody. But like right now, they don't have 2 big bats, so I think you need to throw another bat in there, and I think that's what we can see. So maybe this will wake up front office. And I don't know, maybe it won't, but it's probably not. I know. Don't
mediocre Han. It's not going to wake up mediocre Han. He's not going to do it.
I'm going to bring this up late. We have another topic that we're going to talk about. I'm going to bring up something later, but this thing is like, I don't know. I just wasn't like, everyone was jumping off cliffs this weekend. They're like, this sucks. And not everyone, a certain faction of the fan base. I was like, what do you expect? We're not going to win everything. Like, it's not going to happen all the time. You're not going to like just go in and just destroy every team you play. Like, it's just not baseball, And so I wasn't all that like shocked that it went down the way it went down. I knew they were going to lose Saturday. I mean, that was a given. And the Friday, like the other ones, like, well, you were in it. They had a chance. So
I was going to say, my Sox Summer, the Saturday game was deadened a little bit because you and I were in my backyard using your power washer to power wash my fence and sucking down many Goose Island beers. We were out there in the sun, glistening, and although we had the game on, I couldn't hear it that good when we were power washing, but I could hear the tone of Len Casper's voice. And it started going down about the 4th inning, and it never came back up. So I knew that they were bad.
They look bad on Saturday, and Dylan Cease looked like what you were everything that you were ever worried about with Dylan Cease came to fruition on that Saturday. He got some bad calls. The team didn't give him any run support, and he just fell apart. And like you can't have that out of Dylan Cease, right? Like, so I don't know if we need to get him some edibles or what we need to do. We need to calm down a little bit. Like, but yeah, that was the thing. That was one of the takeaways from this. The other takeaway from the series is I don't feel like they trust their bullpen.
I agree with you.
I don't know if they need to get someone else in that bullpen and like just say like, we're going to trade for some guy who's a top end reliever on a bad team. There's guys out there. I just don't see it. Like I don't see that happening, but I see that those guys exist if they wanted to go that route. If we're truly going to say like Han's going to get Tony La Russa, whatever he needs to win, right? Then he might go out and get one of these guys, right? Like a Raisel Iglesias or something, or My favorite one is Craig Kimbrell. I kind of want that to happen. Just I think people would lose their shit.
That'd be perfect.
He's got an interesting part to his contract that it's his vesting option for this season is based on games finished, not games played. So if you don't use him as a closer, you don't owe him $16 million. So there is an angle there too. So
yeah, you can ride him hard and put him away wet, man. That's the way to do it if you could get him.
He could be the guy that has to go out there for 2-3 innings at a time, you know?
Jesus Christ. Is he still with the Cubs?
He is. He's been pitching well too.
Yeah. And it depends, you know, what the Cubs, if the Cubs got to decide what they're going to be this year. And if they're not going to go after a playoff spot, then, you know, they got to start trading off some of these guys. And he's a prime suspect because he's doing very well and he's expensive, right? Like if they keep having him close, he's on the books next year for $16 million, right? If they don't, then they're going to have, you know, there's $1 million option on him if he doesn't hit his games finished. But if they trade him, they might actually get something for him and get that money off the book. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But that's a guy that I looked at, you know, those are two guys that the teams may just want to get rid of later on in the season and could be valuable assets to a bullpen.
Let's give him Blake Rutherford and Micker Adolfo. That's what I'm willing to give those guys away. A lot of hype from those guys, so just feel free. Take
those are like Dogecoin. They're not like Bitcoin. I don't think they're that good of currency. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know what Dogecoin was this morning. You know, you guys hit the nail on the head with the two needs, in my personal opinion. I mean, one thing that is still striking to me as of right now, and I looked it up from this morning's stats, is that the White Sox have the third least home runs in the American League. And with only the Tigers and Royals are actually behind them. Now, the Royals, I have a ballpark where they're kind of built to not hit home runs. So really, you only have one team below them, the Tigers, that aren't trying to hit home runs, you know, like, you know, that are actually trying to hit homers. And it's very tough in this version of MLB with all the strikeouts to like string together a bunch of hits, string together a bunch of walks and score runs like that and maintain. And so the White Sox are really missing the Eloy Jimenez thump. I mean, as much as we were like, oh, you know what, Yerman's kind of covering for that, and now Andrew Vaughn's coming on. Truth be told, we were right from the beginning. They needed more. They needed more depth. And, like, if you added Eloy to this roster, you'd be feeling really good with all these guys combined, right? You'd feel like, okay, we have a good roster here. But without Eloy, they don't have enough thump in general, and then they don't hit right-handed pitching enough either. So he's kind of like, you know, he's like, he's like the linchpin of this whole thing. And him getting hurt was so huge for this team. And I don't know. They've got to do something to supplement until he's back. I heard he was taking swings, but we can't wait, man. You can't let this get to we're in, you know, mid-August and he's coming back and Cleveland has a 3-game lead on us because you waited and you didn't do nothing.
And that's a perfect point. You can't trust that these guys are going to be good to go, right? Like you can't just pop them in. Excuse me, and say, oh yeah, hey, you're back now. Okay, go out and mash like you've been playing all year. You know, but I don't think that's how it works particularly. Like I don't think you can just come back and be like, oh, you're right in the fucking throw. He was also taking swings with a fucking pirate headband on. It was awesome. It looked like fucking he was getting ready to jump on a pirate ship and just go beat up some motherfuckers. Like, I was like, this is great. Like, he's definitely got fun all over his face. He's like, I'm making the best of the situation. He was looking a little jovial, probably because he can't work out. So, yeah, I liked it. It looked good.
Do you guys have anyone that you have in mind that you're like, man, I would like to get that bat?
I mean, at this point, I don't. I mean, I would settle for any of the names, the usual suspects that you're hearing out there. I would settle for the Joey Gallos. I'd settle for the Charlie Blackmons. You want to get Mitch Haniger in here? I'll get him in there. I mean, there's a plethora of corner outfield bats, and this is where I'm gonna hit a strike against Teflon Han. Rick Hahn's done a great job of building this young roster and putting in here kind of the rebuild part. Now's the hard part, right? Now's the hard part, supplementing this thing. And they didn't do it right in the offseason. Adam Eaton looks like shit. No offense to him. I think he's been hurt a lot of this. But
he's just hurt now.
Yeah, and he's just not been producing up to par, you know? He had a couple moments, but in general he's been bad, and he's unplayable against left-handed pitchers. And they're kind of being forced to play him against left-handed pitchers because there's not enough depth there in general, right? So this is the time to strike now. Okay, strike early and go out and get somebody. And I don't want to hear no one trades right now. You know what? If you're an above average GM, you figure out what you can do right now and you make something happen. That's always been my thing with Han. Han is mediocre in my eyes until he does something that's not mediocre. Okay, and now would be the time. If he struck and he went out and got a bat that we desperately need, I would be yes. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate this. This is the move of an above average GM.
Yeah, tickle about. Play with stepchildren. Yep, you'll be right there. I get you.
MSS. Anybody who's tickling your fancy?
Fucking no. I don't even think of like that. I have a guy that I think we might want to look at, but it's coming up later when we do a little preview for the O's.
Ooh.
All right.
We'll talk about it then. Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of a teaser. So you're gonna have to struggle through a couple more of my bad ad reads, maybe one more bad ad read, and that's me just talking about nonsensical bullshit. So let's keep moving.
How about you, Trees? You got someone on the tip of your tongue?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
I like the Charlie Blackmon idea. I like the Charlie Blackmon idea. You know what? Send a guy who's way underperforming along with him, who's getting paid probably way too much for what he does, is Michael Givens. Just throw that in there. We'll take on that money to give you less in return. And that's how they can make it work. And then see if Givens has anything left. Like if he can throw a strike every once in a while, maybe he's worth being in the bullpen.
That's the kind of the problem with this whole thing is that in the minors, there's just kind of nothing there for you ready to go, right? Adam Engel's getting healthy, but Adam Engel doesn't quite solve these problems. He'll be able to play a good center field, and he'll obviously be better than Billy Hamilton, and we won't have to look at Larry Garcia playing every day. So that's an upgrade, right? For sure. But it's not solving kind of the major problems here. And as far as bullpen arms, to my knowledge, there isn't anyone down there spitting fire. There's nobody down there that we've been kind of waiting on to come up. So it almost looks like trade market, or maybe you got to get lucky. Maybe you bring up a guy and he finds it out of nowhere and you get lucky. But right now it looks like trade market, and they need to start exploring it fast. I would get out there right now. The Rays made a trade, like a week ago. The Rays and Brewers made a trade. There's no reason you can't get out there and dip your toe in the water and get something that you need, even if it's just the reliever to kind of shore up what we have going on here. Because you're right, Treasy. I don't think Tony trusts the relievers because the erratic usage, it's changed over time, right? It looked like he had a plan for a while. And now he's trusting less and less of these guys back there. And with Kopech getting hurt today, that's one less guy you've got out there, right? If Kopech has to spend a 10-day DL stint, you're really running thin out there in the bullpen.
Yeah, the Kopech thing hurts even more if you look at something like the Monday doubleheader, right? Because now you've gone from going like, "Ooh, I get to see Kopech for the first half of this 7-inning game," to like I getting Stever or Raylo, like one of those two, right? So like that changes your mood. That changes your mood about the game,
Yep.
So let's talk about a couple games that were a lot better, which was the first 2 games of the St. Louis series, and then today we faced this guy and he somehow beat us.
Supreme.
John Gant pitched okay. His defense sucked, just like they have sucked the entire series, and that was hugely helpful to the Sox. But they did not take advantage of it today. So I just wanted to get your guys' feelings on the series, understand like some of the good things that you saw. Obviously, the wins were great. It was a lot of fun to be there with you guys, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But the baseball on the field, let's talk a little bit about that.
I don't know, and maybe somebody in the comments knows, but are the Cardinals this awful at defense in general? Like I didn't feel close enough to any of the Cardinal fans around us to ask that question. Like they all seem pretty angsty, and then like when they fucking scored that first run on today, like they started cheering like they won the World Series. So I was like, maybe I just let them lie. Like I don't need to like fucking bother them with this shit. But I was like, I definitely said it loud enough that if the guy wanted to talk to me, he could have told me, but no one did. So they were just bad like that. Like Tuesday night was just the guy bounced out of his glove and we were all right there. Oh my God. They're just like, this is fucking horrible. And then like the guy hit the ball and it shot straight up. This was just it was like a lot of follies, right? Isn't it like a what do they call that? A symphony of follies, right? Like just everywhere. There's just balls flying everywhere.
That's what I always call it.
Balls flying everywhere.
Balls
I just looked it up really
everywhere.
quick, my Sock Summer. I looked up on Baseball Reference, and this is one metric, but this is defensive efficiency, which is effectively turning batted balls into outs. And the St. Louis Cardinals in Major League Baseball are 7th. Okay. The White Sox look like they're about 18th or 19th, just eyeballing it right there. So the White Sox are worse as far as that metric. But the Cardinals look like total shit. They couldn't. I mean, the ball was covered in Vaseline. They couldn't hold on to that goddamn thing.
We'll get to that in a minute, but it might have been.
Hello.
No, I also think that the offense for the first 2 nights was unbelievable and unstoppable. Like they just fucked Flattery up, or is it Flattery? Flaherty. My bad. Fuck you, Sal. I know it's coming. I got
to think on that, by the way.
They just ripped the shit out of that motherfucker, and that was beautiful. Like he was so frustrated too. He was so mad up there, and then like you can't be happy. Like he definitely goes back and chews those guys out and be like, "You guys are assholes. Like feel the fucking ball, you dick." Like like you have to come at him. But I thought it was great. There was 2 extremely fun games to watch, but then today you're just like that's I guess that's what happens when you have a fucking offense that's like not long ball, but just like if you don't get hits, like there's nothing. Like they don't manufacture shit. Like it was really hard coming. Like and they just couldn't get that. They had no timely hits. I know I'm big for saying that a lot. There was no timely hits today because they left 10 on base. Like today or 16 on, it was something ridiculous.
It was some huge number, yeah.
I think Yerman left 10 on base.
I think Yerman got 10 left on base. I think that's correct.
It was bad. What did you think, Love?
Well, I mean, this series to me was like a playoff series, in my opinion, because it was not to use another Joe Sheehan phrase, it was the ball go far, team go far series. Because in game 1, the White Sox had the only home run with Andrew Vaughn's 2-run donger off Kim in the 6th inning, which I appreciate the expert managing by Mike Schilt to leave his left-handed pitcher in to face Andrew Vaughn in the 6th inning and give us a chance to win that game. I really appreciate it when the other manager fucks up some stuff. Like we rag on Tony. They fucked up, and we took advantage of it. I really enjoyed that shit. Game 2, again, Jose Abreu hit the only home run of the game, 2-run dong off Jack Flaherty in the 4th inning, not to mention all the defensive miscues. So those games were won by the team with more home runs and the team that didn't make the mistakes on defense. And then game 3, conversely, was won by the Cardinals because Tommy Edman, who I may or may not have besmirched him when he pulled out his card after he dropped that fly ball, and I screamed from 110, I said, the card says catch the effing ball. And then he went out today and he hit 2 home runs. So I don't, it might be my fault, but I'm not taking the blame for that. Okay. You guys needed to hold up the end of the bargain today at the game and yell at him a little more.
Yeah. I didn't yell at him at all today. But he was playing second today. So it was a lot more difficult. I would have had to get on the field, I think, for him to hear me. And they told me that I can't do that anymore.
Absolutely. Treasy, what do you think, buddy?
So I think a few things. One, you know what? If guys are going to bunt, just fucking replace them. Just like if you don't trust a guy to do anything other than bunt, like I don't, why is he on the team? And so like today, like Zach Collins, it made it obvious that Grandal was not available for today's game because he came up and they had a really good lefty reliever in, and they just threw their hands up and said, just Zach Collins, you're a catcher who hits home runs. Bunt.
Bunt, yes.
And it's like, what, then why do we got this guy? If you can't have him go against a good pitcher of the same hand, like, why is this guy on the team? And
first round pick.
Yeah, well, why is he a first round pick then? I guess is the bigger question, right? Just not to get too philosophical on this, but overall, like that's the kind of shit that I did not like in the series. This thing that I liked in this series that I feel like Andrew Vaughn's bat is heating up. Like I like he is hitting everything hard. He is also very slow. Just a real slow guy. Like he just like when on that play today when he was actually safe. Yeah. When he made that nice slide.
In the review, they called him safe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where he did the little swim move. Yeah.
I turned to Cornsey and I was like, well, he had plenty of time to think about that on the 14 minutes it took him to run from second to third. It was like, it's one of those things where in person, Billy Hamilton is so fast, especially or Luis Robert in the outfield. Like, you see those guys cover so much more ground than the other guys, right? Because this is a good eye test, right? This was sad. Like, I'm just like, you're young.
Tracy, RIP your mentions. You're not allowed to say stuff anti-Andrew Vaughn.
I like him.
Even saying he's slow, which is clearly obvious to anyone who pays attention, it's an offense. People are going to come after you, man.
The thing is,
put up Tim's comment.
That's
good.
Power, speed, and googly eyes. You can
only pick two.
But here's why it was so weird to me. It's like, he doesn't look that slow in the outfield.
Yeah.
Like, he looks fine in the outfield, and then on the base pads he looks real slow. It's weird. And he's not like Jake Taylor. It's not like his body's falling apart. Like, I don't know. It was strange. But
you know how certain tennis players are better on grass than on turf? Maybe that's how he is, man. He gets on the
turf
dirt.
Guy.
Yeah, and he can't move on the dirt, but when he gets out there on the turf, he's a lot quicker, maybe.
He's not a mutter.
He's not a mutter.
Definitely
not a mutter.
What it is.
Not a mutter.
That's what it is. But the bat is heating up. I'm pretty excited for the next, few weeks of Andrew Vaughn. I want to see what can happen as he starts to really kind of get into a groove against Major League pitching, because it's coming off the bat hard. Like, it's just like, he's one of the guys right now that is actually fooling me on some fly balls. We see enough fly balls in that park where we're just like, that's caught, or that's gone, Tommy Edman, but Vaughn, I'm like, I stand up for a lot of his hits because it comes off the bat and you just kind of feel like, wow, he knocked the shit out of that. And then, gets caught at the warning track.
It's too high.
Whatever.
Yeah. too high.
Well, the Sox are moving us around so much, so we're getting a lot better, like, at judging home runs from different parts of the park. So,
exactly right.
I can't wait to be over 154 next time, and then I'll be able to see how the ball moves over there. Yeah, it's great.
Be coming right at us.
It's coming right for us.
So speaking of that call, it was yesterday was Joe West's 5,376th game. I think. I think that's the right number.
I think that's right.
And they had the San Diego chicken there to not only to mate with Buzz, but to also like bring flowers to Joe West. And
they were
like
tongue kissing.
I didn't think too much about this until today when he missed that call third, right? I mean, that's a tough call to make, but he missed that call. They reviewed it. They got it right. And then, like, I don't know if it was the next inning or 2 innings later, he confiscates a hat from a player. Like, literally every player has some shit on their brim. And he was like, you know what? I don't like that I got, this is my weekend, or this is my week, I should say. This is my series where they're honoring me.
Yep.
And I'm going to get to the replay guys are going to say that I made a bad call. Fuck this. I'm taking this guy's hat.
That's right.
It was, I loved it because, like, it was a guy on the other team and the manager got thrown out and all this shit. But it was the most Joe West shit ever. Like, because like every player has this, like every player's brim has something on it. Like they don't even try to hide it.
No.
And so he's just like, you know what? I'm taking this guy's fucking hat. I'm taking his hat and I'm going home. That's what I'm doing.
Now, Treasy, you are bearing the lead a little bit there because we did realize that Buzz on Tap will fuck anything that moves, even a mascot chicken. Okay, that's the first thing we need to bring that back. You cannot bury that lead. Okay,
I don't agree with that. That is a sexy chicken.
Secondly, I saw that Joe West shit. I had the sound down as I was working. I was still at home, and I was just wondering, like, maybe Joe West is an expert at noticing spooge that's on some clothes. You got to give the guy credit. I wish Hawk was in the booth. He would have said, Stone Pony, I haven't seen clothing that soiled since I was on the set of them Johnny Wad films back in the 1960s.
Oh, Johnny Wad.
I assumed it was Crisco. I bet Joe West could spot Crisco from a mile away.
He could smell the Crisco.
Smell it. Poor Joe West. He was getting
French fries with that hat, you motherfucker. I'm taking that hat. I'm gonna eat it later.
I literally my dad sent me a text and he was just like, and my dad texting is a big thing, and he's only been doing it for like a year, and he goes, hey, he's like, you're gonna see history tonight, and I was like, I'm sure high school teammates have gone against one another before in a Major League Baseball game, but okay. And he goes, no, Joe West is umpiring the game, and he's thrown out Tony La Russa 3 times. Maybe he'll make it 4 tonight, and I was like, oh, okay. So when I got there and I saw him, and I was like, like, who gives a shit? Oak Ridge Boys were there. I didn't know who that was when I was walking in. I was like, who's singing this song badly? And it was the Oak Ridge Boys. And they kept showing them in their fucking suite. And it took me 3 times that they showed them before I was like, oh, that's the Oak Ridge Boys. And they keep showing, like, who are these almost dead people they keep showing?
I gotta tell you. So we saw them too, right? We saw them in the suite, and Cornsey turns to me. She goes, "Who is that?" And I go, "I just always assume it's Styx or REO Speedwagon."
Yes.
But but he got rained down on the booze. They showed his family in the section, right? And they were just, I mean, everybody that you would think would be related to Joe West was in that section. They're like the guy with like the Jim Neidhart, like big all long goatee with the hat backwards and just like 108 thick, like, and like you had like the chick that was just like way into it next to the chicken dancing every time. And I was like, these guys are fucking having a great time. Very disappointed though that Southpaw let the goddamn chicken come in and fucking start walking on the home dugout. Fucking is mowing his lawn up there, and Southpaw's up in his little hook up there, like in his little fucking Xfinity zone or whatever.
He's in the club, man.
Not saying shit.
DJ. He's in the club.
They didn't say shit.
Yep.
You go down there and you knock his fucking beak off, Southpaw, you little pussy. You're not 3 anymore. You saw all the fights that went down like these last 2 nights. Why the fuck, dude? You got to get down there and pop that motherfucker in the beak. So that was disappointing. But yeah, and then today was just interesting. But the sad thing, or the thing that maybe I'm reading too much in this situation and whatever, but there was somebody missing in the video tribute who I thought should have been in the video tribute, and I hope it's not because he couldn't make a video tribute, and that's Hawk. Like if Hawk couldn't, like I was like, we're gonna get Hawk. Hawk's gonna be one of the last ones in this video tribute to Joe West. Did not happen. So I'm hoping everything's okay with Hawk. You didn't even get a like, hey there, Joe, and I'm sitting here, making urines out of, taking Smirnoff into urines or whatever. Like, and it didn't happen. So I was just kind of bummed out, and I just hope that Hawk's okay.
How great would it have been if Hawk would have just ended that with, hey, Joe West, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Great googly moogly. Get the fuck out of here.
I read something that Hawk was supposed to come, but then he had just gotten the vaccine and he had a little bit of reaction. So that's why he didn't come to the ceremony. I think that's what it was.
Now,
God, I hope that's true.
Beef, I know you don't care about Joe West, so I'm just going to skip on to the next topic, which my sex summer led in very nicely there with the Southpaw fighting the chicken, because what did we have?
Oh yeah,
we got back to 60%, and people started fighting. So, fellas, when I heard about the vaccine, I started to think about all the things I could get back to doing: going to games with you guys, going out to dinner, seeing people in person. And now everyone is entitled to their own fun, right? Like you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't have assumed it was going to be things like throwing full beer cans at people, fighting, or just not washing your hands after the bathroom.
Oh,
these were not these were not the things where I was like, finally, all the freedoms we wanted back. I'm going to shit on my hands and I'm going to walk right out into the stadium.
So gross.
It's America. That's how we do it here, Treasy. All right,
it's unreal. And I mean, like, we saw it this was it last night where the guy was throwing, where the like 2 groups of people were throwing full beers at one another in the cans. And I was just thinking, like, I'm not a wasteful person. So I was just kind of counting the hundreds of dollars of beer that was just flying around, and I was just like, this is fucking terrible. What are you doing? You're wasting food.
You even said it in a low voice, kind of like, throw those over here. You're like, I'll catch them.
I was like Pedro Serrano. Bring that shit to me.
Exactly.
I said, yeah. I was like, I would never catch a foul ball. In fact, that ball that Adam Eaton caught, I was talking about that today because it was like right on the net, and we were right on the other side of it. Yeah. And when I heard the mitt, you know, like I kind of turned and heard the mitt as that thing was coming down. All I could think was, if this lands on our side of the net, I need My Sox Summer's big ass head to get in the way of it because I cannot catch it. But if someone would have thrown a beer at me at the 40, 50 miles per hour, whatever those guys were throwing over there, I would have caught that shit. I would have caught it, hit it, drank that thing down.
Drink it down.
I shouldn't say that because that would have, one, been disgusting, but two, also, this is going to encourage people to throw beers at me. In the
I was going to say, Matt Ramsey is going to line a beer at you the next time he sees you, 100%.
He is. And he probably has an arm.
It's going to be one he brought in and it's not open. So
your forehead's going to be fucked up.
It's going to break my face. So, hey, that would be good.
Luke Bruhan up in the comments, and sorry, Luke, I haven't posted your blog that you sent me 5 days ago. But he said he's blaming the Cardinals fans, and I would agree with you, but these are 100% Sox fans fighting other Sox fans. That's like the best part about it. And I use the term fans lightly. I should have done this when I said fans, because it's just people there. We said it last night. We're like, we haven't seen this many fights since Half Price Mondays, because that was the day that everyone would get all liquored up, because you can't afford that extra $15 for the ticket, when you're paying $13 a beer. That's so right. like these guys are just, oh God. And I love it. I am a man that enjoys watching people fight. And it's just like pure fucking entertainment to me. And I will get fired up as long as I'm not too close, because I don't want to catch one in the mouth, from one of these guys. I don't need none of that shit. But like, if it's a safe distance away from me,
or Johnny Watt,
great. Just go fucking fight, man. I love it. It's better than this, the internet. I said it before, said it on the internet. Like, these guys for like fighting with each other with their words, being internet tough guys. You know what? Fucking take a swing at a guy. The first fight was chicks. I love it. Chicks fighting other chicks. That's the best shit. Like, people pay money for that sometimes, like there were like millions and millions of VHS copies of that fight would have been sold like back in the day. Like, we could have put it on Too Hot for TV, and it could have sold a lot of shit. Yeah. Like,
I remember bum fights.
I don't know. I don't like, listen, fighting is stupid. And I don't agree with it.
I agree with
like, I don't want somebody getting hurt. I don't want somebody getting jumped. I don't want any of that stuff. Like, I definitely don't agree with that part. But like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, don't get so high and mighty though and tell me, oh, it's so trashy to see this happening.
Well, here's why I hate it.
See this happening.
Here's why I hate it. Because, like, fine, these two idiots want to fight each other. Great. Right?
Yeah.
But it's not like they just sit in their two seats and fight next to each other like Rock'em Sock'em robots, right?
That's
like,
true.
They're falling all over people. They're fucking hitting people. There could be kids there that could be running into. Like, it's fucked up. Like, you don't need those kinds of things in a crowded area, right? Like,
right.
And it was fucking ridiculous. I did love the people. And if you guys look at that picture, there's two people that are sitting up there. It's like a couple, and they're just sitting about 6 rows back, and they're just looking at these people like, what the fuck is wrong with you? They're not looking like, oh, I should get out of here. They're literally sitting calmly and just staring at them like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
100%.
And these same people, like that, I'm not the same people, because the fight was Monday night, and then like the cup snake thing was Tuesday night, but also Tuesday night was almost more offensive because the goddamn wave kept fucking starting up, and all these motherfuckers are doing the wave. What are you doing?
That's why I wanted to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys: is Sox Park now a tourist trap? We got stupid ass fucking cup snakes. We got wave going on nonstop there. We got bullshit fights. I mean, not even like a real fight. It was them throwing beers, like you were talking about, Treasy. Is this just a tourist trap now? People just come out here and it's just like, oh, we're just going to an event and they don't give a shit about the baseball anymore. Is that what Sox Park is becoming?
I know. So here's what I think. Here's what I think. And if, by the way, one thing that I did notice this week, this week, I shouldn't say weekend all the time, but this week,
a weekend.
is that,
like a weekend.
Felt like a weekend.
Is that I saw a ton of people in Cubs gear, and I was thinking, like, is this not the worst series to go to if you're a Cubs fan? You don't like either team.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
who are you rooting for? What are you why choose this? But that's part of it, right? The stadium's back open to 60%. So like pretty much everyone's able to get tickets.
Yep.
And it's also the Sox are doing well. So a lot of Sox fans want to come out. The Cardinals don't often play here. So if you're a Cardinals fan on the South side,
yeah, this is your chance.
If you're a Cardinals fan, this is the time to come. And a lot of Cardinals fans showed up. And the weather was awesome. So like we had like a perfect storm of get everybody who's not normally going to be at a ball game into the park. And it was, there was a lot of great fans that came to these games, and it was a lot of fun. And we talked to a bunch of people, saw a bunch of people. I blanked on like 30 people's names as I saw them in the concourse, and I apologize to all of you. But then there was, just some stupid bullshit that happened, right? Like, I mean, like the fights, obviously, the throwing of beer, stupid and also disgusting. And then the cup snake, which to me, the most fucked up part about the cup snake is like, it's just gross. Like you're playing with garbage. Like,
pick up some trash off the floor and make an art project with it.
And I said this back when we first talked about the cup snakes, like 2 or 3 years ago, when the Cubs were doing it. And I was like, this is fucking gross, man. Like everybody, like you are grabbing stuff that was bound for the trash and just handling it and just going like you're just human centipeding through all the disgusting cups that everybody has had on their mouths.
Why, Terezi, why are we getting vaxxed if we can't play with other people's mouth fluids and make cup snakes? I don't understand, dude. Like, this is the whole point. I want to touch shit handles again when I walk out of the bathroom, and I want to watch fucking people do cup snakes. I won't do that shit. Okay, I'm not going to do it, but I just love it.
I think like they thought like, oh, this new vaccine, I can't ever get sick again.
No, the cup snake thing. It doesn't infuriate me as much as it probably should, because it is a north side thing, and now they got guys, and I think it's more of a barstool thing than it is a north side thing. But it started on the north side.
That's why you have a soft spot for it.
I guess.
I do. That's why you're not hardcore like Treasy and I, and saying fuck those cup snakes. That's some bullshit, and get that out of here.
You know what? I think the only bullshit tradition that comes over that I don't agree with is the balls on the field, throwing the balls back. I think that's stupid.
That's the worst one, though.
That's the worst. I mean, that's like eons away from cup snakes, right? Like cup snakes is down here, like balls back on the field is like out of this world. Like it's just awful. But anyway, I just, I don't know. I can't get too mad at guys making cup snakes. I think it's stupid. But they got so fired up over there. It was loud. Like, I never would have known that was going on, but they were chanting. And then I saw a TikTok. I think that's what it is. Like, some girl, like, just pounding a beer to, like, throw it on top. And it was like, my God, who's over there? Like, and then I thought to myself, did we create this with the 108? Did we start this 108ing thing of getting shit hammered at ballparks or drinking recklessly, but walking home in a very safe way? Is this us? Like, did we do this? And I said no, because there was no 108 during fucking half price Mondays, and I saw a chick go down 15 rows of concrete on one of those days. So we were never involved in any of that shit.
That is dedication to the half price Monday.
Oh my gosh.
Forget all this negative shit. Forget this negative shit.
Yeah.
Let's have some positive shit about 60% back in the ballpark. Let's go.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So one, it's loud as fuck.
Yes.
It is. Like that is the one thing that I noticed like immediately is when something happened in the game, you felt it. And it was, that's the thing. 60% of the crowd is there, and it felt like the loudest I can remember since, like, I don't know, 2008. It's been a long time.
Maybe 2010, something like
2010, maybe.
No. Like Kopech's first his debut. That was loud. That was probably the loudest it's been like in recent history.
I don't think
people got all fired up. I'm serious.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
There was
I mean,
24,000 people there. There was 14,000 people there. Or I think it was 14 to 17 the first 2 nights. It wasn't that many people. It was just people are fucking fired up because they haven't been outside.
Yeah.
And they haven't been around other people. Plus, we've been unmuffled because we don't even have to wear a fucking mask anymore if you're vaxxed up. And that was something I wanted to ask you guys because I felt odd at the gym. And I wanted to know, because I know, Pat, I know you, Loaf, and I know you, Chirizi, both took it very, very seriously.
Yeah.
As much as like not even going to the grocery store or any of that shit. I mean, how's that feel to take off that face diaper, as some of the guys like to call it?
So for me, I like, obviously, as much as I look cool like Bane wearing it, I don't necessarily like want to wear a mask, right? But like the one thing that I have been continuing to do is wear as much as I remember to, because now it's difficult to remember to even wear this, but wearing it when I'm going up to get beer or something, or going to get food, because like those people behind the counter have no fucking choice if they're gonna talk to me or not, right? Like everybody else has a choice to go, hey, fuck you, Trees, I don't want to talk to you. Put your fucking mask on. But they can't really do that, right? Like, so I try to wear the mask when I go up there. I also still wear it in the bathroom because it's just kind of disgusting in the bathroom. So it's actually kind of I kind of always want the mask on, and I might keep it forever. Like, but yeah, I mean, like it's nice, man. Like it's nice that we're getting to be afforded these kind of creature comforts because we went out and got vaccinated. Now, I was also in line with a dude who was telling his buddy, man, I really got to get vaccinated, but I don't want to get sick. And I was like, well, you're also not wearing a mask. And like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. If you don't want to get sick, the vaccine's probably for you. Like, but yeah, I mean, like, so you definitely, it's good to have it off. It's nice to be like out there and just, get some sun on the beard, because it needs to get whiter.
There's no question.
But at the end of the day, man, it's still a little weird. It's still a little weird being out there raw dogging it.
It is. Oh yeah.
I kind of agree with you there, Trees. It feels a little uncomfortable. I'm starting to get comfortable with, and obviously we've been fully vaxxed now for a while. Like it's not like we just cleared like a day ago or something like that. We've been fully vaxxed for quite a bit. I actually didn't mind wearing the mask for all that time, and like my sex summer mentioned, just being careful and everything. The one issue I have with the mask, though, and I got to be honest with you guys, is the mask is hiding one of my best assets, one of my signatures, and that's my beautiful schnozola. I have felt bad, in those first few games of the season, when people say, Beef, let's take a selfie, let's get a selfie. I got no nose in there. I got mask, and so there's no nose. So now I feel better that the other night when I took a selfie with a guy who happened to see me, going up there to get a beer, it's like, Beef, big fan, and we're going to get it for the selfie. He got all nose in there. I don't know if you had that experience or not, my sex summer, but I was able to get my entire nose in there.
My sex summer, this motherfucker here acting like people can't tell his nose is big when he's when it's like ripping through the mask.
Yep. I also like that he's.
How dare you?
Like he's getting form-fitted masks to even handle his gonzo ass nose, and then he's like, "Oh, people can't tell my nose is big." It's unbelievable.
I also like that he's really humble and he doesn't really say how many selfies he's taken, which is probably 75. He's like, and people posting it on Twitter. I didn't mean to send this to you again.
I don't like to give numbers. Okay, I don't like.
It's no big deal. Like very humble.
My sex summer, okay.
Very humble. But no, I just the only thing like when I was at the gym and I had no mask on and people were looking at me like I was like a bad person. That was the only part that I didn't like. I'm like, no, I'm fat. Seriously. Like you've not seen, I've been wearing a mask every time, but when they tell me I don't have to do it, like, listen, I can use all the extra oxygen I can get when I'm on the fucking row machine. Okay. Like just let me go. So it's, I thought that was interesting. My only the other thing that we need to talk about, and I'm just gonna throw it right up there. I'm doing your job for you, Treasy. Beer consumption, way the fuck up. All right, this is insane. I think I had a 12-pack down there last night, and I think I had 6 within the first hour I was there because people kept just throwing beers at me, and I was like, I got to drink them because it's fucking hot out, and they're gonna get warm, and then I'm not gonna want to drink them. So I got.
You know what it is, my sex summer. I think I know what the kind of the issue is. Not an issue really. It's kind of a good thing.
A good thing
is we don't have beer vendors coming down, so there's no continuity of okay, I'll buy the blanket round for everyone.
Mhm.
So when people get up to do whatever, it's like we'll grab as many as we can, and then you dish them off to whoever's around there. And so everyone is always going max amount of beers and dropping them off, and so you end up back the fuck up, which is a great feeling on a goddamn Tuesday night. I must say, like, nothing better, in my opinion, than all of us are being back in the ballpark, 60%, and then you go up to get a beer for one, and there's pockets of Sox Twitter all over the goddamn place, and we're like, yo, we're yelling shit across the aisles and stuff and waving. It's awesome, man.
We were in the beer line and got handed 2 beers by Jeff Muggs last night.
Yes.
He's like, here, guys.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm just like, well, hold them over to the side because I still want to get my max amount over here. But yeah, I mean, like that was awesome. And yeah, beer consumption is like today I went with the like I'm gonna have like 1 beer or something, and then I run into my Sox Summer and he's like, hey man, how about a beer? And we had a beer and then another beer. And you know what though?
That's for lunch.
My Sox, it I assumed that they had that on the broadcast and confirmed that was lunch.
Yeah.
My Sox Summer, you pulled a beer snob move again today, and you continue to tell me you're not a beer snob. I want you to just come out and like tell the world that you're a beer snob.
So Nelson brought it up in the chat here. I see it. I got you. You were drinking a beer. I won't say what it is, but it's a beer. It's a place that's known for being very hoppy. Everything is very hoppy tasting. And this beer had no hop taste whatsoever. Like it had no pines, no warm, like low, good mellow fucking hops. There was nothing. It tasted like a beer that was old as fuck, which it probably was. And it had nothing. It tasted, remember that time we had one of those dry hop 312s that had been sitting there for 8 months and it tasted like iced tea. That's what it tasted like. And I don't know if it was because I'd been drinking the shit out of that Pipeworks pineapple guppy. And maybe that like has fucked my taste buds up. But when I drank that today, I was like, oh my God, I am never ordering that again. But I paid money for it, so I drank it. But it was just I don't want it. Listen,
I haven't met iced tea, so I don't know what he tastes like. But the beer tastes fine to me. Like I thought it was good. I think
it's a waste of money.
MSS is like, hey, was that fresh? And I was like, yeah, to me, I don't know, it tasted good. And he was upset, but not a beer snob.
No.
There's one thing that I don't like, and it's non-fresh beer. I just don't like a non-fresh IPA. I will drink anything. I would rather go and have a Mick. Yeah, exactly. I would always have a Mick Ultra, Mailman Jack, because you know why?
Fresh.
Because it doesn't go bad. Like it tastes like shit regardless. And like I've explained the goddamn Michelob Ultra thing. Like, I don't care as much for Modelo or Corona to pay $2 more to have that. I would rather put that $2 in that person's pocket. So, like, I like, give me a Mick Ultra, and you have this $2, you know? So that's where we go. Shut up, fucking Billy. I see you motherfucker. Here we are. Okay. Anyway, no, seriously, there was no.
Guys, can we circle back?
There was not.
Can we circle back to the Pipeworks? Because ever since Luke put out that blog, now when you go up to the beer stand up at 108, everyone is eyeball fucking that Pipeworks to see how much is left. Last night, Treasy, when we went up for that last round, we're like, there's like 8 of them left, so we're going to be able to get some of the last ones, right? We get 4. I think everyone in our section is knocking those fucking things down, man.
You see them all over the place, and that shit is delicious.
Yeah, there's no question.
I was really enjoying those last night. I was enjoying something different today, and MSS hated it. But at the end of the day,
I'm not going to talk shit about them, though.
What I will say is that go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I went to the Rev tap room too, and I got a Hazy Hero, and that was another fun one. I think I don't remember. I think I had to wear my mask when I went in there because you were inside. So I walked right up, got a fucking draft, and walked right the fuck out because I'm like I gotta take this mask off because it's not I don't have to wear it anymore. I have to go enjoy this while I breathe in all of the pollution fumes from the Dan Ryan when I'm walking down the this little spiral area there to get back to the regular level, on their level. But yeah, no, the Rev room is back open, so you got really good draft beers up there. Go drink that shit before it goes bad, because it will. And then I'm gonna get one of those in like a month, and I'm gonna be mad. I'll be mad then. So it's gonna be your fault probably.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm looking forward to this weekend. I mean, like going into the park, everything is open now. Everything, all the smells and the sounds are all there. The fans are back. It's fucking awesome. And you know, there's going to be some bad, and we talked about it. I mean, because it's fun to talk about things that suck. But I think overall, like, it's exciting. I can't wait for this weekend. I think it's going to be such a great weekend. It's a long weekend. You know, we've got you know, like there's going to be a ton of people at the park. People are going to be having a great time, and they're playing a shit team. So let's talk about that for a little bit, huh?
You're damn right.
So let's talk about the Orioles. So the Orioles are 17-32 and have lost 9 straight.
Yes, prodigious.
Now, that said, like, so I'm thinking, like, okay, got to sweep this team, but we do face John Means on Saturday, I believe, and he's like
Lance Lynn.
He's their only like pretty good pitcher. I will note another pitcher that we're going to face this week is Matt Harvey. So if you guys who are listening, if you're cocaine users, get out and buy it before Matt Harvey buys everything in the city.
Pro tip. That's a pro tip right there.
That's a huge slander of Matt Harvey. What's hilarious is my phone started ringing as soon as I said that, and I'm wondering if it's Matt, but no, it's not. So, but
do you sell cocaine?
Whoa!
Why did you tell us this?
I thought not Matt calling for cocaine. Matt, I'm calling because I'm slandering him.
I know. It's funnier though if you actually sell cocaine and you just told our whole listening audience that you sell cocaine.
Thanks for laying out the joke, my sucks. I really appreciate it. No one got it.
Brothers
so
are confused.
I mean, looking at this series, like this feels like a series you got to take 3. You got to at least win 3. Like, and that seems like a lot, but this team is bad. Like, this is a bad team. You got to really roll over these teams. So, fellas, I want to ask you guys what you think about the series. What are the things that you're worried about, if anything, with the O's, and how many are we going to take?
Easy 3-1. Like if we don't take 3-1 or all of them, then that sucks. A split, I think, would be an embarrassment. I think we need to go in there and just fucking destroy these motherfuckers, and that's how it should go. Especially the way it ended today with all those runners left on base. These guys they're probably going to be pretty frustrated, and they can go in and just tee off on these motherfuckers. So let's see it happen.
I mean, for me, you know, there's very little to worry about with the O's. The O's stink. They're one of the worst teams in baseball. They got kind of half a lineup. They got a Cedric Mullins, who's actually playing really well and playing center field and leading off for them. He's hitting 297, 367, 476 coming into today. And he leads the team and leads on the offensive side, leads them in F-WAR. He's been good. Trey Mancini's a great story, coming back from cancer. He's hitting the shit out of the ball as well. They have Austin Hayes, who's okay. They're squeezing like the last best baseball out of Freddie Galvis. And like you mentioned, John Means. But other than that, I mean, they don't have shit. I'm not worried about them in any capacity. I'm not going to play the win-loss game, though, because baseball has high variance. And so I'd like them to win all fucking 4 games. But I'll tell you the 3 things that I need to see happen, and 3 things that if they're negative for the White Sox, I'm not that fucking worried about. So here's the 3 things I need in this series against the O's. I need the White Sox in these 4 games to hit 8 home runs, okay? White Sox aren't hitting any fucking home runs. I need at least one of those home runs to be by Yohan Moncada, okay? Yohan Moncada is doing basically everything else, but the power's not there. The White Sox are severely lacking in power, and if we're going to straighten all this shit out, they need to start hitting more goddamn home runs. That's the only path, in my opinion, to me feeling really good about the White Sox. They're fucking stringing shit together in a lucky bullshit kind of way that makes me a little bit uneasy. I believe in the pitching, but the offense is a little sketchy, and I don't quite believe it. Number 2, I need 2 clean innings from Cody Huh, okay? This fucking Super bullpen has been anything but, Okay, I trust Liam Hendricks, and I did trust Michael Kopech until his leg fell out from underneath him today. Okay, the rest of the group has been suspect as hell. I need anyone, to get their shit back together and have a couple good outings in a row. So Cody Hull is going to be my guy. Now, I'm not saying that him unfollowing me has hurt his performance, but him unfollowing me hurt his fucking performance. He better get his shit back together. He may want to follow me again and right the ship here and give himself a chance to get back on track. Okay.
Get a selfie with you, maskless.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, and maskless. He'll get my whole schnozzle in that selfie. Third thing I need this weekend. Okay, I'll put it this way: will the real Tim Anderson please stand up? Okay, because the guy we've been looking at ain't him. He's been fairly smelly lately, like kind of dead animal smelly at the plate. Okay, his May numbers, his slash line is 267, 305, 378. That's not a good hitter. That's shit. Okay, I need Tim to come. We can't survive. The Sox aren't winning a playoff series if Tim Anderson ain't 2019, 2020 Tim Anderson. He cannot be rookie year Tim Anderson to have us have a shot at this, okay? So I don't care about wins. I need those three things to happen. Now, if these three negative things happen, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be Gucci, even if they roll out in front of me. First one, if we get a poor start from Lance Lynn, okay? Not that worried about it. Lance Lynn has been so fucking dependable. I'm absolutely fine with him. No problems right there. Number two, Yasmani Grandal. He's got. Yes. I wish we could, White Sox Sal. I wish we could. I wish we could give Kopech MSS's fat leg to help him recover, right? Number two, more Yasmani Grandal complacency. Look, if this motherfucker is never taking the bat off his shoulder, I think we can live with it, actually. I think if we can get the rest of these guys, the power going, I think we could live with all those walks. And number three, I didn't put a note for number three, so fuck it. Those are the only two things bad that could happen this series. Otherwise, I'm going to be pissed off as hell at this White Sox
team. What I would like to see, I don't have three things, but I have one thing. I want Rick Hahn, Kenny Williams, and Jerry to fucking start courting the fucking management team from the Orioles and be like, hey, do you guys want to go out to a nice steak dinner? You want to go up to Jerry's Suite and go smoke cigars inside? It's fucking great. And start getting in the road in on the fucking fire sale that is going to happen to the Orioles. Who can we pilfer from this team, right? Like, let's get somebody. The Trey Mancini, was Mancini, right? That's the guy's name? Fucking let's get this goddamn guy. That would be nice, right? He plays outfield, feel good story, hitting the shit out of the ball, hits a lot of goddamn home runs. Can we get this guy on the team? Because they don't need him. Fucking maybe they will take a fucking Blake Rutherford and maybe a goddamn Alec Hansen. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they will. You don't know. You don't know.
They will not take that for Mancini. But I think I agree with you. We should be like every scout on the Sox org should be at this game going, who's available from this team? You know, is a 36-year-old Cesar Valdez an actual relief pitcher? Or does he belong in the Mexican League where he was shortly before his stint with the Orioles, right? And if he is, I mean, like, he's a 36-year-old on a rookie contract. That's a guy that the O's should be willing to get rid of. They're not. He's not part of the future of the Orioles. They're like, we're tearing this shit down and we're gonna build it on the back of Cesar Valdez. So like, I'm with the MSS. They're like, they should definitely be looking at what they could pick from this team. The problem is that like there's not a lot of big contracts on this team where you can kind of look at. I mean, there are, but like
Chris Davis contract. You want a little Chris Davis back in your life?
I mean, like,
he's a left-handed bat.
Kinda. Like, he stands up there left-handed. He doesn't really bat. But yeah, so like I don't know. I think there's definitely guys on this team that I'd be interested in. I mean, you mentioned Mancini. I think Santander would be a good pickup too, even though he's underperforming this year. Maybe that's how you get him, is that he's a little bit underperforming. I actually, Beef, I want to see Austin Hayes. I think I've had Austin Hayes on like 35 of my fantasy teams over the years, and I've never seen him in person. I don't believe. Because he was either always in the minors or hurt. So it'll be interesting to see him. I really want to see some big hits out of the bottom of the lineup. Like, I want to see this start to like show up. And I'm considering Vaughn and Grandal in the bottom of the lineup, like the second half of the lineup.
Yep.
I want to see those guys start to hit, and most of all, though, I need the Yerman comeback tour. I need him to get healthy off the shitty pitching, right? Like if there's going to be starters out there with 5 and 6 ERAs, I need some Yerman. I need him to do what he's here to do. So those are the things I want to see. Just Austin Hayes, and then also just that kind of those guys that are not Yoel Moncada and Tim Anderson, because you already covered them. I want to see the guys that are just supposed to hit, but have just you just kind of keep wanting to push them down in the lineup because they're not hitting. And we already talked about Vaughn. I think Vaughn could be a really good hitter. I want to see him stay hot.
Yeah, you're right. Not everyone can hit 7th. And also, you're right. Yerman should eat off the Orioles because other than John Means, I mean, this is AAA pitching, man. This is where he got fat for years. Not thick.
Don't
fat,
shame
in a proverbial way. I'm not fat.
PH.
And
the Orioles told him get the fuck out.
That's
so
right.
He should have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder playing against these guys.
Revenge game. I didn't realize that revenge game. Hell yeah.
And it's a true revenge game because it's not like they traded him or they didn't want to re-sign him. They were just like, fuck this guy.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do a little sidebar here real quick. The mask movie jokes that are going on in the comment sections between K-Fids, Billy Wires, and Mailman Jack are fucking top notch. When Billy said, did he ever go on the motorcycle trip through Europe? And K-Fid said somebody pulled the pin on it. I about lost my shit. Because I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but he rips the shit down off the walls. And it's just so funny. Oh, God, it's fucking 80 grade fucking jokes, guys. Keep it up. You're making me laugh over here while Beef Loaf is talking about dribble. I don't even know.
The comments are on fire.
Son of a bitch.
I'm afraid to put some of them into the screen.
Up onto the board, exactly. The comments are always an event. People want to comment and come for the live stream. The comments are off the chain, as the kids say these days. I think they say off the chain still, don't they? Yeah. Okay, all right, we're good.
Yeah, off the hook, whatever, same stuff.
So, one other thing that's happening this weekend is we're going to have our first bobblehead giveaway of the season, and so the bobbleheads, My Sock Summer. I want to ask you. I came to the game today and they were having trouble getting people in the parking lot. How is it going to be for the first bobblehead giveaway? And I think it's a Tim Anderson bat flip. Is this right?
Yes. First bobblehead giveaway supposed to be Friday and Saturday. So Friday night game and then Saturday afternoon game. Listen, if they have trouble getting people in the lots, all the better for me. I'll get up there early, get in, get out. You guys can come and fight for over the leftovers. All right. That's all I have to say. I don't have a lot of extra bobbleheads. I don't have a lot of extra tickets. Tickets are too expensive. There are no more $7 tickets, so I am not stocking up. Plus, the Sox in the last few times have been cracking down on people getting multiple bobbleheads, or they were in 2019. I believe they will probably have an about face this year, mostly because I didn't buy any extra tickets, and it'll just make it easier for everybody else. But the good part about that is that will drive the price down. So if you're looking to buy in the resale market, there will be a plethora of bobbleheads available for people. Now, the Tim Anderson bat flip bobblehead is just amazing. I mean, we don't even. I probably should have given you a picture of it, but you can find it everywhere. It was one that I called out that the White Sox should make, and they made it. So you're welcome, White Sox again. And you could probably give me one just because of that. I know Downey's listening because he's about at his hour and a half cap of listening to our podcast. So he'll still get this part.
I said 90 minutes. 90 minutes.
Yeah, 90 minutes is good. He said, yeah. So
this is gonna go 2 hours though. So
yeah, it's probably gonna go 2 hours. So anyway, but yeah, it's people have been hitting me in the DMs like crazy. Like, are you gonna have extra? Are you gonna have extra? And some people that have clout and have pull and could do this themselves, but they're entrusting me, and I'm like, come on, man. You guys can do this. But no, I have some. I'll have a couple extra. But there's a lot of people that have been asking. So if you two lazy fucks want to get over there early, which you won't, and I'll never ask you to do that because
not only do I not care about this bobblehead, but I will get it in the box at the end of the year.
Yes,
so it doesn't matter. True. I don't need to hustle up and be there. But I'm also a little. I mean, I don't know about you, Treasy. I'm a little miffed. My Sock Summer should drag some of these dudes that are DMing him. Just drag them right here in the podcast. Say who it is.
No, you know why I'm a little miffed about it is because like he put this on there as one of the agenda items.
The topic,
and it's just him riffing on how much he hates what he's getting DM'd about. And if that's going to be the topic,
let
these guys out.
No,
guys out.
What the real topic is this, that I'm not as apprehensive as I used to be before these things. But there's definitely more of a level of stress going into this weekend, knowing that I have Wally, I have Pete, I have Uncle Rico, I maybe have Chris Tannehill looking at me to be like, hey, can you please get me a bobblehead? And I'm like, I can try. Okay, I am trying. I'm going to definitely take care of the first three. And Uncle Rico lives out in Arizona. You know, I'm sure he would do it for me if I was a Diamondbacks fan when nobody gives a shit about them. So it's like the level of stress is there. But I learned years ago, you only buy as many tickets as you have people for. Then you don't have to worry about it. So we only have 4 tickets for both nights because of extras from other people. And it's that we're gonna take the family down and they can get the bobbleheads and go home Friday night, but stick around on Saturday if they lush. Because I don't want my family there Friday night, because Friday night's gonna be a fucking drink fest. So I don't need that. I don't need to be watching kids.
Did I dream this shit, or did my Sock Summer try to scam the bobbleheads from the Mazda free tickets?
Yep.
Is that real?
He was talking about it.
I thought so. Yeah. It's so stressful. But what it would be less stressful is if the people who won the tickets remitted their bobblehead right to my Sock Summer.
So I was going to say the people that won it had to give me 2. I thought it would be funny, but I would have taken them. So because then I can make sure half
of shit.
I can make sure that White Sox barber gets a fucking bobblehead. So I can totally make sure that him and Chris Tannehill are hooked up. So him and Tanny will be definitely taken care of.
So one thing I do want to say about this bobblehead is that I know it's the first one that's going to be out there in a while, and so people are excited for that reason. But I think one thing that we have to realize is that this is a Tim Anderson bobblehead. This is a Tim Anderson bat flip bobblehead. And like, people are fucking insane about it. They are excited about this. And you got to kind of love that. You got to love that there's a guy on the team, even though Beef just dragged him through the mud, that people are just incredibly excited about. And that he's becoming, kind of a face of the franchise player. And that like when his bobblehead comes out, we have to talk about it for 15 minutes because my Sock Summer has people, but the bat flip one, which is just a signature, moment of his career. People are in MSS's DMs going nuts. Like, give me, can you get this for me? Like, people just really want it. I think that's awesome. And I think it speaks a lot to Timmy and what he's becoming on this team. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that part of it. I am not going to get there early. There's a night game before a day game. Yeah, I'm strolling in at 125 to the 110 game because my head is going to weigh 600 pounds. It's going to be like a bobblehead. So I need as much couch time as I possibly can before I go to that game and then start drinking again.
Wait till Sunday, bro.
White Sox Sal's right. Fans will be throwing bobbleheads at each other by the 4th inning. I agree with him totally.
Look at Nelson trying to pimp his 3 extras in our fucking comment section. He's like, I got 3 extras here. It's like, oh, okay, post the price, buddy. Come on. No. Oh shit! Guess what? Just got a cramp. Oh damn!
MSS cramping up. We haven't had that season is back last year. Remember that?
Cramp season is back. I was actually going to make that a topic. I was like, cramp season is back for me in the tub.
I did wake up in the middle of the night last night with a nice cramp.
Oh boy! So brutal. Oh, so brutal. Woo! All right, I'm back.
All right. So there was one piece of the Orioles that I did want to get back to because it was my Sock Summer wanted to talk about this, and I liked the idea, and so I jumped over it because we were flowing into something else. So I wanted to get into that, but I'm going to come back to this, and this is an O's player, past or present, that you want on this White Sox team?
Man.
And I'm going to go first because I think
excited.
there's a very obvious one that we should be going after, which is our corner outfielders are a little banged up. I think we need Frank Robinson to maybe play one of the corners.
That's a very solid call. Actually,
He could get those 8 home runs for you this weekend.
all by himself.
Yes.
All by himself. Exactly. I actually went kind of down the same path you did, Treasy. I was thinking of a guy, and you know what? I need late 90s Rafael Palmeiro in this lineup. Like, I need air to breathe, okay? And we'll even do a pot sweetener, and we'll get Sandy Sandberg on the line. We'll get her back at the ballpark, and we'll get old Rafi back here, man. We'll get Rafi. And that era Rafi was roided to the gills and a terrific hitter top to bottom. Couldn't move in the outfield. Somehow won a gold glove at first base when he's playing left field. I don't know how that happened, but terrific hitter, and the White Sox need that thump, man. They could use the thump in the lineup.
Can we just get someone to have Billy Ripken's bat? Like, I just want someone with the fuck face bat. My Sox summer. Who's your old timey player, or is it someone new?
No, it's an old timey.
Okay.
It's a guy that I think would just mesh well with this team and would give us all the visual love that we are looking for and are starved for in the 108. Eddie fucking Murray. That man had a beautiful flow, beautiful facial hair, always well put together. Did not shy away from the Jerry curl when the Jerry curl was popular. He got right in. He went right with the trends. He could show these young guys how to do it. Unfortunately, he's a DH first base. We got plenty of that shit, but like maybe he could play right. Who knows? We'll see.
That's right. I love Eddie Murray, but yeah, exactly the problem. Like, what position you going to put him at? You know, you slide him in right field, or you put someone out in left field and you put Vaughn in right. I like the idea in Sox Park of having 2 immovable objects in the corner outfield positions that smack 30 home runs. I don't give a shit about them playing. We had Jermaine Dye, and actually I saw Jermaine Dye the other day when I was rolling up to the game. He was right outside in front of the park. So I think it was Tuesday night, Treasy, when I had to double back and then I came.
Yeah.
I saw him talking to 2 guys out there. I'm like, it's got to be JD. And then someone posted that he was on his Instagram saying that he was at the game. I was like, dude, he was 5 feet from me. I didn't bother him though. He's just hanging out with some friends. I don't want to give him shit, but
he would have punched you in the face.
Thought you were going to say
a big guy, man.
You took a picture with him and didn't remember it, like your picture with Southpaw.
That's absolutely right.
I met JD at a Bulls game. It was Sox night, and I took my nephew. And my nephew, I go, hey, he was the 2005 World Series MVP. And my nephew goes, I was born in 2005. And JD was like, oh, they just tied my hat.
Good start.
It's like, thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. Trying to make ends here.
Hey, my Sox summer. Good luck on this ad read.
So I got the same ones last week. So it's supposed to be hot as balls this past week. So if you didn't get a fucking tank top, I still have some left. A lot of people have come in and they've ordered some. I've also sent out a lot of free stickers because everyone keeps, when they order, you get a free sticker. Now, going forward, it's supposed to be in the 50s this weekend. I have a lot of the baseball, softball, Raglan jerseys, 3/4 sleeve. If you order it tomorrow, I will send it tomorrow, and Mailman Jack will deliver it to your door, and you'll get a fucking free sticker. So anyway, that's all I really got, guys. Go to FromThe108.com, click on the banner ad, go into our store. You can find all our we got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got all that bullshit. So just come through. We got hats. We got hats like this guy. A little fucking guy wearing my hat here. Found this guy at a garage sale. It's a little Frankenstein. He's wearing the little 108 hat there. That's a fucking fancy one. It's fucking 90s, baby. Like, and if you don't like the 90s, get the fuck out of here, because that's what we went. We invested a lot of money in these things. Please buy them. Thank you.
Speaking of the 90s,
yes.
For our last segment today, My Sox Summer has put together a visual quiz for us, and for you who's listening, we will do our best to describe what me and B-Flow are looking at. But we've got the 1995 band quiz from My Sox Summer. So I'll start popping these up.
I'll have no chance in this.
One second. Brian, they do not make 4XL tank tops, or I cannot purchase them. Trust me.
We tried.
I wanted tank tops up to 6XL. Okay. I wanted the biggest fucking things I could find. The guy tells me I've never seen a tank top more than 3XL. I don't know why, but that's what he told me. So trust me, man, I tried, and we'll try to hook you up if we can. So let's get back to the 90s quiz.
So MSS, you're gonna lay these. These are yours. You gave us all these pictures, and then me and Beef are gonna try and guess who
go back and forth
are.
Yes,
I have no chance at this.
I'm gonna let your brother go first, and then
This
you
is
can
terrible.
go second.
Beef, these are impossible. Some of these are impossible.
I will not know any of these.
All of the bands that I have picked had a popular song in 1995, and that's why. And this is our 95th podcast. Also, the year I graduated from the mean streets of Sterling, Illinois, from Sterling High School, 1995. So I have 15 bands. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit
of these.
A little bit of a swing. Okay, who in those watching right now? You got to shout out. Or who first person that says I'm a medium, right? I am a medium, and your Beef Loaf is playing for you. Okay,
yes.
You're gonna win a free Change the Game shirt because people kept throwing them at me this weekend. I'm giving these out. So first person that says I am a medium,
this weekend, it was
and if
Tuesday.
Beef Loaf wins, yeah, it's true. I mean, we keep saying this shit. I'm all fucked up. All right, Sal, the only one I knew that was gonna do that. All right, so
Sal, we got no
him.
chance. You and I got no chance, Sal.
XL. Who's in XL? First guy to say they're in XL wins the other one, and you're going to have Chirizi. So the first person. So we have Sal for the medium, and we have Chirizi, and whoever's going to play for.
Who's going to jump in? And no one wants to take an XL
There's
shirt?
a little bit of a delay.
Oh, I see people.
There you go. Beer Garden Jim.
Yeah, because
fuck him. He can't play. He can't play.
K-Fit says he's an XKL, which I don't know what that
is. I'm not
Plus
sure
he's
about
a
that
Cubs
either.
fan, so fuck him. All right, so Sal, Beef Loaf is going to try to win you a shirt. Jim,
let's go, Sal.
Fucking Chirizi's going to try to win you a shirt. Okay?
I'll try not to get shut out here.
Number one, please. Loaf.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. This looks like an SNL skit. This doesn't look like
Speaking of which, I think that's Maya Rudolph in there, right?
That is Maya Rudolph. She got her start in this band.
I don't know who this is. I mean, there's a totally 90s get up on everyone. There's a guy with the slick button down it's almost like the bowling shirt. There's a guy with the stripe down the middle like with the V-neck.
The ski, yeah, like it's like a ski sweater, like bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't. This is the lemon heads. I'll say.
The Lemonheads. Hey, do we want to allow people to steal Chirizi or no? What do you?
I can't see the comments, so no, because I'm gonna have the pictures up. So I cannot.
Cool.
I cannot. Do
all right.
both.
So I don't know. I wouldn't ask if you could steal.
Oh yeah, I would. Yes,
yeah,
I obviously can. I can.
Okay, so you can steal because then I'll give a hint if you guys can't get it.
Okay. So the thing that is tipping me off is there's a doofusy looking motherfucker right in the middle with his button down shirt, and now he's not the guy closest. But I kind of think it's his band. And I think I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say this is Ben Folds 5.
You are 100% wrong.
Okay.
The guy in the front is the guy that is it's his band. He was also in a little band that some people might have heard of called Weezer. And he left Weezer to start this band. This is the fucking Rentals, baby.
Oh, that was I was thinking that. But that dude just looked too goofy for me. I figured he was Ben Folds.
Yeah, no, that the guy in the front used to be the bass player in the Weezer, like his Mike something. He fucking left, started a shitty band with Maya Rudolph. So yeah, no one got the Rentals.
I didn't know that Maya Rudolph was in the Rentals.
I didn't have no idea either, and I literally wasn't even paying attention when I pulled it.
So I'm guessing I'm up.
You're up. Number 2.
Oh fuck! So this is a Euro trashy looking band. I mean, like if it weren't 95, I'd probably say somebody like the Hives. But I'm trying. But there's a female band member. And then there's 4 guys. One guy, I don't know what he's in a suit and he's like blowing a kiss or some shit.
Doing Cold Steel.
Oh man, like I'm gonna get raked for this because I have no idea who this is. No, but I don't know. I will say it's fucking Chumbawamba.
Low for the steal.
I'm going to try to steal here. I think the red theme, and I'm going to say this band maybe had like 1 or 2 songs that were popular. I'm going to say, is this Republica?
No, but that's
not.
That's
I would know the female front from Republica. This is not them.
Man.
I don't know who is this.
It's a band that wrote, I think their only hit was called Common People. It's Pulp.
Oh, damn it.
I don't know what a pulp looks like, but I do know a pulp.
I like Pulp. I like Mile End. I really like that song. Yeah, I had no idea what they looked like.
Yeah,
obviously.
No, I listened to it and I was like, I don't remember the song, but I definitely remember a Pulp, seeing people in Pulp shirts. So that's why I pulled them out.
We're doing terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
there's some easier ones coming.
The comments have no chance either. The comments aren't even close on any of this stuff.
Okay, this is number 3.
All right, this is some really nerdy guys. There's a guy in front here who wishes he had a hairline. It's kind of way back there. He's got all forehead. They're kind of wearing like the long sleeve with the t-shirt underneath concept here. I don't recognize any of these guys. So I'm just going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say this is the presidents of the United States.
No, it is not.
So I'm going to go with I just because I know that My Sock Summer loves these guys. I'm going to say that it's Hum.
It is.
Is it Hum?
Oh,
yeah, it's Hum.
Yes.
You got one, Treasy, finally.
I'm really pissed off because I wanted to be like Champagne Urbana's very own Hum. And the guy that gives it away is the guy in the middle who's the singer and lead guitar player with the glasses. Like he was the dork, but
we all know that guy.
Fucking shred, bro.
That's how I got it, Beef. That's how I got it.
All right.
I knew one of these was going to be Hum.
Terezi's got one up there. Jim,
I'm going to just keep doing everybody's Hum. Well, oh my God. Okay, so this is perfect because I'm looking at these guys and they're very well dressed, almost presidential dressed, and Beef just said it. And this is the president of the United States of America.
I was like, you fucking asshole.
Damn it.
Fuck yourself up right there. All right, Terezi's up. He's got 2.
I came too quick. I can't believe I came too quick in this segment. Damn.
All right,
Low. You've got to be able to get this one.
This looks like it's going to be a black and white picture, so I think this is going to be more in Beef's wheelhouse.
5.
In fact, I think Beef will nail this one.
I don't know that I know these guys. I don't recognize
you've got
these guys.
long-haired dude in
there's
front.
a long hair, and there's like some Doc Martens that are not on someone's feet that are right up in front. I don't know. And then there's a guy in the back. He's got like a big thick belt. I don't know. I don't recognize these guys at all. Let me think about this. I guess I'll take a guess here. Shoot.
I'm surprised you don't know this one.
Yeah, I don't think I know this one. I'll say.
Should I give him a hint?
No, I'm going to steal it.
Don't give me a hint because Treasy's gonna steal it. Is it Soul Asylum?
It is.
It is. Good job, Lo.
I was trying to think of is it Collective Soul. I'm thinking I was like I'm racking my fucking brain. I'm like, who is this? I recognize this guy, the long haired guy in front. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, like that's who I recognize, but also his guitarist has always had that shitty haircut, and so like I kind of recognize that too.
I didn't want to put Dave Pirner up there in the dreads because that was just too easy. There was only one white guy with dreads besides Adam Duritz in '95, so like it would have been way too easy.
He dated Courtney Cox.
Oh, this is a good one too.
So this guy this looks like it could just be a serial killer's picture. There's 2 guys I have in mind, but I'm almost positive I know who this is. I'm gonna say this is Matthew Sweet.
100%. Good job,
nice.
Treasy.
Good one, Treasy. I would not have gotten that.
You're not going to get this one either.
Actually looks like me. If I had glasses, you know, those tinted glasses like he wears, like I can look just like Matthew Sweet now. He became very large and in charge. So
and I agree with
did he? Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Taylor in the comments. It looked a little bit like Jack White. Like Jack White like his goofiness. Oh, look at that, man. You put a little makeup on that guy? That's Jack White.
Yep.
A little rouge on you.
Little rouge. Tuck it back. All right. Beef, this one's all you.
I haven't the slightest idea what that is. You know what the thing is, though? They all have weird shaped heads. Like the one guy in the back has the smushed head, and then the guy with the long hair has the really long face. And then this guy up front, his eyeballs are like really screaming at me. I don't know. I got to pass. I don't know who this is. I couldn't even take a guess.
Dude.
This band.
So I think I know who this is. And the picture of the lead singer is so distorted that it's the only thing that's kind of making me unsure of if I have the right band, but I'm almost positive I'm correct because that looks a lot like Tim DeLauder, and I'm going to say that this is Tripping Daisy.
100% that is Tripping Daisy.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice, Chris. I mean, Treasy.
And Blue. Both of those.
I was in there's like
I don't know what Tripping Daisy looks like.
That video for like I Got a Girl, like he's got bright red hair. So I was like, I can't put up a picture of him with that because everyone would have got it because this is so easy.
One of my favorite bands, so it was not that difficult of one
easy
for me. But you made it probably the most difficult picture I could because like it's hard to recognize him in that picture.
So hey, like not a guy that listens to a lot of Trippin' Daisy, but is like their hit song not like any of their other songs?
Yeah, it's not a whole lot like the rest of the stuff. The rest of the stuff is really good. It's kind of all over the place, but if you want a 9-minute song to listen to with some crazy guitar solos, listen to Prick from that same album. I believe it's called I'm an Elastic Firecracker or something.
Yes,
but this picture that's up right now of 3 lovely men, one of which is holding it looks like a tomato. Is that a tomato there?
That is a tomato.
That absolutely looks like a young Les Claypool to me, and I'm going to say that this is Primus.
It is 100% that it's Primus. I tried to pick a picture because I always thought that Les Claypool went through a phase where he kind of looked like Maynard.
Yeah.
Cool. So I was like trying to find one that looked like Maynard to like maybe throw you off a little bit, but yeah, no, didn't work.
Like if there would have been more people in it, I might like if anyone would have looked a little bit like Danny Carey, I might have said it was green jelly or green jello, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was holding something stupid like a tomato. That's a Les Claypool thing. So
little pig, let me in.
I'm getting absolutely bodied in the comments right now.
You know the not by the hair on my chinny chin chin is Maynard, right? In that song.
It is.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
All right, Beef,
come
here's
on.
one. You got this one.
I finally know one. I see Shirley Manson. I see Butch Vig. This is garbage.
Yes. All right.
I finally got one. Thank you.
Shirley Manson, unmistakable.
Yeah.
And I actually
hot. She's 90s hot, baby.
And she still looks great. I saw a concert video of them from not too long ago, and Beef they had Matt Walker playing drums.
Oh, nice.
And the reason that it was so awesome because I like Matt Walker in general, but he's playing and they have like because like now they got cameras all over the stage when they do these videos, and they're behind him, and in his like little holster where you get like the extra sticks. He pulls a Miller High Life out of there and is drinking a Miller High Life. I'm like, fantastic Chicago guy. Fantastic Chicago guy. And the reason I was telling that story is because I knew this picture was next, and I have no idea who this is. So this is a young lady. It looks like she's got some pigtails going on.
Yep.
She's in men's underwear and some high socks with Doc Martens that are undone. I literally have no clue who this is, and you'll probably make fun of me for not knowing. But I'm just gonna take a wild fucking guess, and I'm gonna say that this is the Juliana Hatfield.
You got it.
Yes.
Used to be the bass player for the Lemonheads, and then struck out her own with the Juliana Hatfield 3.
Bro, this is not fair, man, because Teresi knows so much about these. Like, I mean, it's like 12-1 right now. I don't even know how many are left, but I can't come back. I'm so far behind.
It's actually 6-2.
And if
you don't get this one, I know somebody's gonna be very mad at you.
The comments are really gonna body you if you don't get this one.
I mean, this to me looks like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Think about someone who ripped them off. That's gonna get me bodied.
Oh my god!
I know who it is, but I guessed
already.
I guessed already, though.
No, you didn't guess. You knew that wasn't the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I guessed already. You go ahead. I guessed already. You go.
You know that's 311. Come on, you just didn't want to say it.
I'm looking at the one guy here because I'm like, I can't see the upside down guy. Is that Anthony Kiedis? And I'm like, this guy over here with the spiky hair, is that Flea? I'm like, not really. I don't know. I have no clue who this band is.
Yeah, you're definitely
311.
you're gonna get killed in the
Oh,
comments.
he's so mad. I can just see like how he's writing GUFO fuck yourself about ripping them off. Oh my
Oh,
god.
well, obviously that's a joke.
Jim, I didn't know that this was going to come back to bite you in the ass, sir. I really didn't.
Jim's gonna come down to the section ready to throw hands at me.
At least you're gonna win a fucking shirt because Terese's running away with this bullshit, man.
And honestly, that I don't
kinda feel
believe
bad
that. I
for
just thought it was
Sal.
gonna be funny for Jim to hear me say that. This one is gonna be quite easy.
Oh,
These are some of the ugliest
I know
pair
that
of brothers other than in the 108. But I mean, like the unibrows are for real in this, and this is obviously Oasis.
Oasis,
100%.
of course. Yep.
Peace.
All right, Beef, you're up. And trust me, I'm not stealing this one.
Holy moly! There's like a really short guy on the side.
There's a guy with like the wide open shirt,
smoking.
Yeah.
There's a dude with a Hard Rock T-shirt on and like plaid shorts, and then
a lot of different plaids.
That guy got a
with
St. Louis Cardinals hat on. Maybe is that what that is?
No, it's and then Sun Devils hat, I think.
Oh, Sun Devils. Okay.
Then there's I think that's a St. Louis hat, but then there's another dude with a tucked in T-shirt, like tucked in pocket tee.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a belt buckle.
He's looking fly.
Like these guys all look like they met that day.
I'll just take a wild guess. I know this is not going to be right, but it's got to be someone that's like a one-hit wonder. I don't think it's anyone that I know well. So I'll say the Verve Pipe.
No, it's not the Verve Pipe.
Damn it.
No. It's kind of in the same genre, but no, it's not the Verve Pipe.
Oh, I mean, like I have no idea who these dudes are.
The comments are laughing at how these guys look, but it doesn't seem like anyone knows who they are.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say Pavement because I assume Pavement would be in.
No, but I was gonna put Pavement in here, but I didn't because I'm like that's way too obscure. Josh Nelson is actually very close. I saw them on a tour with the Spin Doctors. This is Hey Jealousy, the Gin Blossom.
The Gin Blossom.
Man. I feel like we should have gotten that one.
Yeah, I do too. I don't feel like I've seen any of those guys play in the Gin Blossoms.
Well, Robin, the guy in the front, I think he's been in every iteration of the Gin Blossoms. So
these guys are all dead. So I
have no idea. I if you showed me a picture of the Gin Blossoms right now, or at a show that I was at, I wouldn't know who they were.
That's rude.
All right. So yeah, I mean, so you've got some guys with hair over their face. And then there's a young lady in the middle.
Yep.
And that's kind of giving it away for me because like anyone could look like Thurston Moore, but that looks like Kim Gordon to me. So I'm gonna say that this is Sonic Youth.
Yes,
100%. That is Sonic Youth.
Son of a bitch, man! I feel like Treasy's gotten 2 layups here. We get this going in the other direction. I can put up a fight.
Well, here's the last one. So
yeah, you're done.
I'm done. I'm down like 7-3 or whatever.
Crush this layup. You know what? You know this because you almost said it earlier.
I can't. I don't know. This is this 7 Mary 3?
That's close. Very close.
I know it's Collective Soul, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Collective Soul.
Messing around.
Because the guy on the far right, I think he's mostly had short hair in like most of their career, if I recall. Right? He's got long hair here, but I think he's mostly a short hair.
These guys weren't sure if they wanted to go with the whole flannel look because they had like overcoats, but then they just got white T-shirts mostly for the photo shoot. Someone probably advised them, all right, we need white T-shirts underneath. And then the long hair guy's like, fuck that. I'm wearing this blue-gray T-shirt. Yep. Kiss my ass. I'm the leader of this band.
They were like, do you want to look like the Seattle grunge scene or vampires from Lost Boys?
Yeah.
And they couldn't decide.
They're like, what? They were unsure.
What kind of look do you want? They're like, we want the Citizen Dick look. So please hook us up with this. There you go. See? And Brian just dropped a no Citizen Dick, and I just said it. So I definitely threw it in there. So
I'm sorry,
they weren't a real band, Brian. Okay, they didn't have a hit. Okay, they were not big in Belgium.
I apologize that I did not win you the T-shirt.
Guess what? The whole joke of this is both of those guys are going to get T-shirts. So I will get your address, and I will send you out this shirt right away, even though I just sent Sal 18 shirts, and he didn't even thank me for it on Twitter. So fuck you, Sal.
what a dick.
I didn't do it on purpose. It was all good. He bought one from me, so I included 4 more because I don't know many schmediums. So yeah, good job, Sal. You win. Well, that was fun, right?
That was fun.
And if you're listening to this on the podcast and you're like, God, that was fucking stupid, you need to watch us on YouTube every once in a while because these are fun things that I like to do, and I think up mostly while high. Like, let's say, this is a podcast, so let's do something very visual. So yeah.
So since next podcast would be 96, right?
Yep.
So does that mean that Beef is going to give us a music quiz?
1996. I would love to. Yeah, that sounds good.
I'd be in. I'm definitely in.
I can't wait for 98. You guys are getting all new metal. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Awesome.
I can only pick Static X so many times.
Every answer is Coal Chamber. It's just different looks. All right, and that's how I end most shows. So thanks everyone for listening. We'll actually probably see you out at the park this weekend. I hope. So everyone enjoy the weekend, and we will see you very soon. Thanks a lot for tuning in and watching, and we'll talk to you
later.
Peace.